G'day guys, how's it going? My name is CJ. So I love wallets, and if you've been paying attention, you'd know that my current favorite is the Secret Mini Wallet, and it has been so far for the last 2 to 3 years thanks to its compact size and its also intuitive card trigger mechanism. It's still currently my daily and it works like an absolute gem. But I've done a few wallet reviews in the past, and if you've been around since the channel first started, you'll know that one of the very first videos that I ever made on the channel was about a smart wallet known as the Exeter Parliament. It certainly had its problems and couldn't dethrone the Secret Mini Wallet, for me at least. I've been using the Parliament 2.0 for the last couple of weeks, and I think it's time to have a chat about it. So, let's take a look. For those who don't have the patience to watch the entire video, I'll say this. The Parliament 2 is a huge improvement over the original and is definitely a product I'd recommend. For those sticking around, let's have a chat about why. I love the Secret Wallet because of its compact size, but more importantly because of this card chamber. The original Parliament tried to adopt the exact same concept, however tried to also make it smart by way of a Bluetooth tracker. But in doing so, the card chamber itself became supersized and negated any real benefit of having this card chamber in the first place. So in the end, the Parliament wasn't any smaller than any conventional wallet, and the Bluetooth tracker was average at best. Also, the quality control was quite telling and really emphasized the fact that this really was a first attempt at producing a wallet. This time round, the Parliament 2.0 is a much more refined product. The leather feels much more premium, and the stitching is much cleaner, and most importantly, the size is actually much closer to the original Secret, and I think it's probably closer to what Exeter originally imagined the Exeter Parliament to be. Comparing the Secret to the new Parliament, it's pretty much the exact same width, albeit the Parliament being only slightly taller, and that's thanks to a different trigger mechanism. Like the Secret, the card chamber can fit between 4 to 5 cards depending on the width, and if fitted appropriately, the mechanism works nice and smoothly and can be operated with both hands with either thumbs, fingers, or pinkies. The chamber is also RFID protected, so you don't have to worry about being victim to any card skimming. The wallet itself is pretty similar to the original, however the Bluetooth tracker is no longer inbuilt into the chamber and instead is a separate product now, but we'll get onto that shortly. So the structure itself is pretty similar to the original Parliament. It's got a folio design with space for 2 cards on the left. You can probably put a card like a travel card in there if you're not concerned about RFID protection, and then on the right you've got its signature money strap, so you can pop any spare cash in there or even a parking ticket if you need be. Then on the back there's slot for another card, or in this case the Bluetooth tracker, which will set you an additional $20, which you might think isn't a great deal, but Exeter have actually reduced the price of the Parliament so that to account for this. So if you want a wallet without the tracker, it'll cost you $100 US or $120 if you want the wallet and the tracker. In any case, the leather feels great in the hand and it's much easier handled compared to the original Parliament. So you should be able to fit between 7 to 8 cards into the wallet, which for most people is plenty. And then the cash strap is quite useful for when during those times where you'll go to a shop that only accepts cash, like going with your mates to a cheap Vietnamese restaurant for a pho. Its small size means it doesn't feel like a brick in your pants, and it's relatively light. However, if you do end up putting cash into the wallet, you will find that the folio won't actually close properly, and for the OCD in me, that was a constant source of irritation. It would have been nice to have seen them implement either a button or a latch system, kind of like the Secret Mini Wallet, in order to hold it flat. And then whilst talking about the folio design, if you're holding the wallet in a certain way, sometimes the rear edge can actually catch on the trigger mechanism and you're not able to get your cards out properly, in which case you'd have to change your grip somewhat. Small annoyance, but it's worth mentioning. And then we have the Bluetooth tracker. So in order to save space, Exter changed from integrating it in the card chamber to producing a separate product instead. What you end up with is a small tracker in the shape of a card, which is about the thickness of about 2 credit cards. It has a speaker on the back and a nice tactile button on the front just below the solar panel, which in this case is quite a refreshing design considering solar is only just becoming in vogue again for consumer products. Also, the solar panel means that it saves needing to have a charging cable as well. The battery inside is rated for about 3 months and it does the job. The tracker uses the Tile's rival service Tracker, and it gives you access to the crowd-finding feature in the chance you might actually lose your wallet. It functions like any other Bluetooth tracker like you'd expect. You can find your phone with a press of a button. You can even find your wallet with the phone app. You can set up separation alerts if that's what you want, and you can even get a vague representation of where your wallet might be geographically if you do lose it on a map. The Bluetooth tracker itself actually sits quite snugly in the rear slot. However, as it is with leather, it'll eventually mold into the shape of whatever's in that slot and it'll become a perfect fit. I mean, what else can I say about the Bluetooth tracker in the wallet? It works pretty much as you'd expect it to. However, I would give a sharp warning for those who do like to put their wallets in their back pockets. The thicker size and the tactility of the buttons means that it'll be very prone to being triggered if you sat on it, which I did on too many occasions. So for me, it ended up forcing me to put the wallet in my front pocket instead. For some, this isn't a big deal, but for me, needing to change usage habits to fit the product isn't exactly a great thing, considering gadgets really should fit our lifestyles instead. But other than that, there's not really much else to report. Overall, the Parliament 2 is an excellent sequel to an otherwise shaky start for Exter. The quality control is much more improved, it feels way more premium in the hand, and it'll age much better than the original as well. The chamber is also much improved and rivals the Secret for consistency and feel. If comparing apples to apples with, say, the Secret mini wallet without a tracker, the Parliament is quite comparable. However, Bluetooth tracking is still an option through the Extra card. However, I would give it an extra thought if you're someone like me who puts their wallet in their back pocket. But would this be a product that I'd recommend? Definitely. Definitely take a look at this as an alternative to the Secret mini wallet. But for me personally though, I'll probably stick with the Secret wallet just because it's just that little bit more compact and it just works for my needs. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think Bluetooth trackers in wallets are a silly idea? And do you think the Parliament is a good looking wallet and something that you'd consider using? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, give us a like, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. Anyway, thanks again for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Say good day, mum, for me. Cheers.